Studio 300 on Cal Poly's campus, you're watching Cptv.
Today on Cptv, the decision is in. Cal Poly is moving 2 semesters despite the wishes of the faculty, students, and President Armstrong.
And 20 students are moving right before finals. A fire at Stenner Glen displaced them last weekend. Thanks for joining us. I'm Olivia DeGennaro.
And I'm Ed Zucchelli. Cal Poly will convert to the semester system within the next decade, despite the recommendations by faculty, students, and President Armstrong himself. Armstrong announced that the school will likely convert 2 semesters in the next 6 to 8 years in a campus-wide email on Monday. This comes as part of the California State University's decision made by Chancellor Timothy White for all schools to be on the same calendar.
While it was not my recommendation, I do support and understand the Chancellor's decision. What are 2 things that are pretty special about quarters? Pace and the variety of courses. We have time now to look at how can we make sure that the appropriate pace and the variety of courses can be embedded in a semester system.
According to President Armstrong, the conversion of the 6-quarter system campuses will happen in stages, with Cal Poly being the very last one to convert.
San Luis Obispo police are investigating a rape and robbery that occurred at a San Luis Obispo hotel earlier Thursday morning. Police investigated Gregory Irwin at his house, arrested Gregory Irwin at his house last night after the rape victim gave police his license plate number. The assault happened at the San Luis Inn and Suites on Santa Rosa Street. The victim says while Irwin was raping her, he pointed a gun at her and threatened to kill her. SLO PD is contacting other law enforcement agencies in the county to determine if Irwin is involved in any other sexual assaults.
Well, it finally happened. The Catholic Church has a new pope.
My brother cardinals went to choose him from the end of the world, but we are here.
Jorge Mario Bergoglio was selected on Wednesday. He took the name of Pope Francis. He is replacing Benedict XVI, who was the first pope to step down in nearly 600 years. Francis's inauguration mass is next weekend.
Cal Poly University police are investigating a case of vandalism that occurred in university housing. They say someone tampered with the fire sprinklers on the 4th floor of Sierra Vista Apartments, causing major damage to 4 of those apartments. The vandal used matches to activate the sprinkler heads, setting off the fire alarm system. Flooding displaced 16 students from their apartments, but no one was hurt in that incident. 2 years after 15-year-old Dystiny Myers' death, the murder trial has finally made it to court. Myers was prostituted before being beaten and tortured to death. Rhonda Wistow and Frank York are charged with that murder in 2010. Former cellmates of the suspect testified at the trial.
They beat her with a bat. Other ones hit her with brass knuckles. They put her inside a big duffel bag, stuck her in the back of Rhonda's pickup truck, and drove her out to Santa Margarita.
Witness Tabitha Brown, Wistow's former cellmate, says that through many conversations with Wistow, she admitted she didn't trust Dystiny. She says, quote, "Bad things happen to girls like Dystiny. She was a nobody that nobody seemed to care about." Myers' body was found burned and buried in Santa Margarita. Of the 5 accused of her murder, 3 have pleaded guilty.
Students are moving into new rooms after a fire occurred at Stenner Glen Apartments last weekend. The fire started on the 3rd floor of one of the apartment buildings. 2 of the 6 bedrooms in the apartment suite were burned. A ladder truck and 4 engines were called out. 1 firefighter was hurt while fighting the fire. For days when I know if I have
pieces of ceiling came down upon him while he was in fighting the fire in the apartment of origin. Non-life-threatening injuries. He's been taken to a local hospital where he seems to be doing well and resting comfortably.
And investigators are looking into the cause of the fire. They do not know if this fire is similar or related at all to the one in December.
Well, you might not be able to drink at Shell Beach this Cesar Chavez Day. The Pismo Beach Police Department will be monitoring beach entrances to keep alcohol off of the sand. But that doesn't mean that police don't want people to celebrate.
It's a goal to make sure everybody has a good time and is safe. We just ask that people respect the beach and the environment.
Just be more careful and try to be more sneaky, I guess, not get caught.
Alcohol is prohibited on any beach in Pismo. Officers will be looking for alcohol on April 1st, but they do not plan on searching for it in any way that's not allowed under the law. They will be handing out fines if they see people drinking at the beach, but their primary concern is student safety. San Luis Obispo Sheriff Ian Parkinson wants to install a random drug testing policy in his department. His proposal comes a month after the FBI arrested San Luis Obispo Police Detective Corey Pierce on bribery charges for taking cash and drugs from 2 people. The Sheriff's Department's 400 employees would be subject to testing.
It was really the employees pushing for this as well. So I really feel that, you know, it's their ability to show publicly that they don't fear something like this. And
the test will be urine-based, and a computer program will select employees at random. The sheriff will also be tested. Parkinson will speak to the unions before any policy is implemented.
One Cal Poly student is going behind bars to become a teacher. He's tutoring inmates at the California Men's Colony. Michael Bauer wants to become a math teacher, so he devotes 3 hours every week to teach math at the prison. Bauer wants to get as much experience as he can to be a better teacher when he graduates.
An opportunity to learn in regards to how to communicate better and how to be a better teacher, and I'm definitely thankful for that. But just being able to be a part of their lives for whatever brief moment it is also a really cool opportunity.
The men are at a range of learning levels from kindergarten all the way up to high school. He teaches them practical lessons they will be able to use. Bauer hopes to continue teaching at the Men's Colony until his graduation in December. Well, it's been rising before our very eyes over the last few years, and now it's nearing completion.
Yeah, we're talking about the Area 52, the new science building, and we have an inside look at the progress being made there. Plus, one club on campus is building a car that gets more than 1,000 miles to the gallon. We'll show you how they're saving on gas.
You don't need to know, right?
Why do you want to know? Why care?
Why do you want to know what's going on in our world?
Who cares about what the mass media is talking about?
Who cares about drone policy?
You're college students.
You're just college students.
You're just college students. Just put in your headphones and go about your business.
It's not like anything in the outside world really affects you, right?
Right?
The economy? What?
Why care when we have other stuff to do?
You have other stuff to do.
So, you don't need to know.
You don't need to know.
You don't need to know.
You don't need to know. Right?
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
Bulbs actually generate 9 times more heat than light. Let's switch to Energy Star light bulbs and stop burning through cash. Saving energy saves you money.
Clean kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Well, we've watched the Math and Science building, known as Area 52, develop from a bare construction site to a 6-story structure over the past 3 years.
Dean Phil Bailey of the College of Math and Science took us inside to show us the latest updates on the building. Now it's within 3 months of completion, and classes are already being scheduled in the building for the fall 2013 quarter.
Dean Bailey says about 11% of the Cal Poly curriculum will be taught in that building, and every student will take at least one general education course here.
Every floor of this building will have more space than outside of Shumash Auditorium. So this will actually become a destination for students.
Look at the view on the top of that building. Well, Dean Bailey is especially proud of the building's energy efficiency.
The fourth floor's green roof insulates the building and water beams to push cold air through the classrooms. At 6 stories, it'll be the tallest building in San Luis Obispo.
From the roof, you'll have a clear 360 view of the Cal Poly AP, Cerro San Luis, and Bishop Peak. So it sounds like it's going to be a beautiful study spot as well. Well, physically disabled community members are able to hit the water in a kayak thanks to a kinesiology program on Cal Poly's campus. Cptv reporter Katie McDermott takes a closer look at how they're getting in the water.
The kinesiology department's adapted paddling program started 14 years ago as a partnership between Cal Poly professor Kevin Taylor and local community member Jeff Clark.
He wanted to run a one-off clinic for people with disabilities, and so I talked him into making a program that ran more than once.
The adapted paddling program ended up running throughout the academic year and is now offered as a lab in the Kinesiology 407 adapted physical activity class from fall through spring quarter.
We focus on empowering people with disabilities to participate in physical activity.
Students work with community members with physical disabilities and provide them with the opportunity and equipment to operate a kayak on their own. Kinesiology students and engineering students collaborated on a senior project a few years ago to create a solo quad boat that can be operated by quadriplegics.
What this boat does is it allows for those participants to basically steer and paddle the boat without actually having to physically paddle.
The boat is steered through a breathing mechanism that allows the participant to control the direction of the boat by either sipping or blowing air. Some participants enjoy the program so much that they come back quarter after quarter.
The students sometimes meet socially with the clients after they finish the paddle program because they made a friend.
Katie McDermott, Cptv.
If you want to find out more information about that program, you can visit the Kinesiology Department's website, kinesiology.calpoly.edu.
Graphic communication students are binding up books thanks to a donation from a leader in the graphic arts industry. Duplo USA Corporation gave Cal Poly's GRC department a DB280 desktop perfect binder about a month ago. This is a big upgrade for the department's binding and finishing laboratory.
Just seeing it work for the first time was just like amazing, because when we set up our old perfect binder, it takes hours of setup and then you run through 100 books and they're all wrong and you have a lot of waste.
The new perfect binder takes only 30 minutes to warm up and just 1 minute to bind a book. The machine grinds down the spine of the pages, applies glue, and sets it in a cover. With the new perfect binder, University Graphic Systems is able to turn around binding requests for clients in just 2 days.
With gas prices rising, we all wish our vehicles were just a little more fuel efficient, but one club on campus is building a car that could help you save money at the pump. We got an inside look at their workshop.
Joining this club, I'd tell them that it's a great club because there's just so much hands-on experience. Right when you join, you get to just jump in and do so many fantastic things.
You come in as a freshman and you're immediately involved in building something.
Here at the Super Mileage Club, we compete in the Shell Eco Marathon, and the goal is to make high fuel efficiency vehicle using very lightweight materials.
Last year we got about 1,400 miles to the gallon, and we used about half of a shot glass sized fuel tank, and we have a 30 milliliter fuel tank in the car that's only about that big. So.
This year our car is probably going to be the lightest car that we've ever built. We're shooting for 2,000 miles per gallon. Fall quarter we usually spend designing the car, and then winter quarter we'll all come together and spend tons of hours up here working on the car.
Well, it's a lot of work for one thing. It starts with just nothing. We make a mold, we mess around with the engine, try to get it as high efficiency as possible. We have to machine our parts, we have to get all this stuff together, put it together, and then ship the car to Houston.
There are over 150 teams with about 50 teams in our division. Cal Poly definitely has a big name there. I get to work with my hands, I get to do a lot of things hands-on.
This project really is a model of learn by doing.
The Super Mileage team heads to Houston on April 5th to compete in the Eco Marathon. Last year they took 3rd place, and this year they're hoping for a win.
All right, well, coming up next, we have your weekend weather update and your Hollywood Minute.
Find out what students will be doing for St. Patrick's Day and how they're preparing for their final exams. That's next.
Quarterbacks and cornerbacks are all working with United Way for a million little reasons. The kids of our communities. To ensure their academic success all the way to graduation day. You see, it takes about 12 years to create a graduate, but it takes the same time to create a dropout. And the difference between a kid becoming one or the other could be a professional athlete, or it could be you. Studies showed the earlier we get to kids, the better their chances. So become a United Way volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor, and make a difference in the life of a child, for the life of that child.
Give. Advocate.
Volunteer. Live United. Join your favorite NFL players. Take the pledge. Go to unitedway.org.
You must be your fairy godmother?
It doesn't take a fairy godmother to tell you that the right fit means everything. Especially when it comes to car seats. Always choose one that's the right fit for your child's age and size.
Oh, that does make a difference.
Remember, their happily ever afters are in your hands. To find out more, visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
Are you getting this, honey?
Oh, prime time. We are rolling.
All right, Mama's gonna bring it home. Mama's gonna bring it home. Okay.
Come on, watch this guy.
Oh, backwards.
Oh, don't. Oh.
It went into Bob and Carol's yard. Oh, no? Okay, here it comes.
Oh, Mom!
Challenge your kids to be active and eat healthy.
All right, let's see what you can do. Let's go.
They might surprise you. Search We Can for more ideas on how you and your kids can get healthy together.
All right, well, welcome back to CPTV. It's a beautiful week, and we're getting ready for another weekend.
Yeah, the weather is beautiful outside, and our own Christina Favuzzi is out on Dexter Lawn right now, and she's gonna tell us what to expect in the coming weekend. I'm really hoping for some sunny weather because I didn't make it out to the beach last weekend.
You know what? It doesn't really matter to me. It's finals weekend. We should be studying. I know I won't, but you know what? We're gonna go ahead and go out to Christina. She's out at Dexter Lawn. Christina, how's it looking today?
Thanks, Olivia and Ed. I'm out here overlooking Dexter Lawn. It is a beautiful day here in San Luis Obispo. A lot of students, I don't think you can see them now, but there are some students out here lounging on the lawn, soaking up the sun. We have had above normal temperatures this week, and those warm temperatures will stick around for a bit, cooling off into next week, though. Let's take a look at your headlines for this upcoming week. Now, we've had some low clouds and fog in the early morning. That does burn off in the afternoon, but I want to remind you, if you're out there on those roadways, we do have dense fog. Visibility is a quarter mile or less, so please be careful out there. Now we have partly to mostly sunny skies expected through early next week, and like I said, we've had above normal temperatures the past few days. We're cooling down now as we move into next week, but still above normal temperatures. We will have a different story as we move into later next week. Our forecasts are showing that below normal temperatures are possible, as well as a chance of rain. This is because a low pressure system is moving into our area with possible showers late Tuesday night into Wednesday, possibly lingering into Thursday, but showers should be light overall. Now let's take a look at our weather map showing temperatures throughout the Central Coast. In the South Coast in Santa Barbara and Goleta, we have we have highs in the low 70s, 70 in Goleta, 72 in Santa Barbara, 74 in Santa Maria, 70 in Lompoc. Moving up the coast into San Luis Obispo, like I said, 75 and mid-70s throughout our area. Cooler on the coast, but warmer in the interior. We have a high of 82 in Solvang in the San Ynez Valley. Up the coast in Paso Robles, we have a high of 84, so warm temperatures, pleasant weather throughout the area. Now looking at our 5-day forecast, today 75, low of 50. Saturday and Sunday, highs in the mid-70s with lows in the 50s and mid-40s. Monday and Tuesday, we're cooling off, high of 70 on Monday and 68 in the mid 40s. And like I said, remember that possible chance of rain on Tuesday. That's it for your weather update. Back to you at the desk.
All right, thank you, Christina.
It sounds like it's going to be a beautiful weekend, which is just going to make it even harder to study for finals and stay inside.
Read on the beach.
That's true. That's true. I always envision myself on the beach with a book. It just never happens. Well, as you can see, Cptv reporter Julianne Roth is in the studio with us to give us some news about our Pollywood Minute.
Thank you, guys. All right, so the Cal Poly Arab Music Ensemble will be performing this Saturday night in the Spanos Theater at 8 p.m. The Arab Ensemble and renowned guest artists will perform music and dance from the Eastern Mediterranean and larger Middle East. The ensemble will feature original compositions from professor and director Kenneth Habib and dancing by a San Luis Obispo instructor, Sandra Saruf. Tickets are on sale for $9 at the Performing Arts Center office. St. Patrick's Day is right around the corner, and so are final exams. Reporter Kelly McDonald has the latest on what students will and won't be doing to celebrate.
This Sunday, the bars open at 6 a.m. for St. Patrick's Day. Don't count on the luck of the Irish to get you through the day because police are cracking down.
We have more officers working than normal. We'll have a zero tolerance policy on alcohol violations.
According to an email from the Dean of Students, fines will be doubled this weekend. Fines will be starting at $700, and if anybody under 21 is drinking at your party, you could be fined $2,000.
It's getting busier and busier. It's one of our holidays where we have a lot of activity, generally with younger people drinking too much.
Final exams will be starting the day after St. Patrick's Day, so we were curious if students will be hitting the books or the bars.
I don't think students will care. Students are pretty determined to have a good time.
Sadly, studying. Probably wear green so I don't get pinched at the library, but maybe I'll have a beer to myself.
Cptv, Kelly McDonald.
Whether you are at the library or at the bars, have a safe St. Patrick's Day and don't forget to wear your green. Finals begin Monday, and for many students, this means a week of cramming and stress. The library becomes crowded and caffeine intake is high, but finals week isn't a struggle for everyone. We talked to a couple Cal Poly students to see how they are preparing for their exams.
Just, trying to study early so I don't have to, cram right before the test.
I only have one final next Friday, so not too hard. I don't think it'll be too bad of a class. Study for it for a couple hours.
Cramming a lot, pretty much. Trying to go to class on time, obviously not right now.
I feel pretty relaxed. Most of the quarter I'm so stressed out. And then we get our final review done, and then after that it's just, I get to sit in the sun, relax a little bit, so it's okay for me.
Good luck to everyone on their exams next week, and happy studying.
All right, well, up next, Cal Poly receives a visit from the NFL.
And a Cal Poly athlete takes home a largely sought-after league title.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting.
Mom, can we get some
Oh, poop already.
No.
You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore.
Mom, can we get some ice cream? Please, Mom, please.
No, we're having dinner soon.
Please.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Welcome back to Cptv. We have sports reporter Katie McDermott here.
What's going on in sports this week, Katie?
Well, we have a couple different things going on, so let's go ahead and get to it. NFL coaches visited Cal Poly on Wednesday for NFL Pro Day. 7 senior Cal Poly football players started their day by running drills. Coaches of the Oakland Raiders and the San Diego Chargers watched the athletes, getting ideas for the upcoming draft. Slot back Deontay Williams was one of the Mustangs looking to prove himself to the coaches. Quarterback Andre Broadus and linebacker Kenneth Jackson also participated. Former Mustang and cornerback for the Baltimore Ravens, Asa Jackson, made an appearance, encouraging his friends to follow in his footsteps. A Cal Poly women's basketball player won Big West Player of the Year for the 4th year in a row, and not just because she's the tallest player in the league. Molly Schlemer, junior psychology major and the Mustang star center, won the conference's top honor this year.
Coach Faith ran in and jumped on the couch and yelled, "Well, I got Player of the Year," and then ran out. So it was really exciting because I didn't expect it at all.
The honor comes after the 6'5" Schlemer led the Mustangs to a 19-10 overall record and a #2 seed in the Big West tournament that begins in Anaheim tonight. She also led the Mustangs in scoring, averaging 12.7 points per game and shooting 55.6% from the floor. Best of luck to Molly and the team in their semifinals game against UCSB tonight. Cal Poly baseball played 2 games this week. The Mustangs beat San Jose State 6-5 Tuesday night in Baggett Stadium. Freshman designated hitter Brian Mundell hit the winning home run in the 10th inning. On Thursday night at home, the Mustangs beat Notre Dame 6-3. Mundell once again hit a home run, this time bringing home 3 other players. This was the first game in a 3-game non-conference baseball series. The team's record is now 15-2, and their next game is tonight against Notre Dame at 6 p.m. in Baggett Stadium.
All right, well, before you go, Katie, I have to mention, too, the Cal Poly men's basketball team won last night. They're playing tonight. Best of luck to them. The Mustache Street continues to think they're on 6 games.
I know. I think it must be working.
Maybe it's the luck of the Irish since they're wearing green. Well, coming up, the word dairy makes most people think of milk.
But some students on campus are trying to change that. We'll show you how they're milking their creativity to find new uses for dairy products.
There are a million places you'd never consider texting. So why would you do it while driving? Leave risky driving to the professionals. Stop the texts, and together we can stop the wrecks.
The odds of becoming a successful NASCAR driver, 1 in 125 billion. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism, 1 in 88. I'm Jamie McMurray. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
Well, some students are milking their creativity. Over 30 students submitted business proposals on Tuesday. They're participating in a campus competition to use dairy in an unconventional way.
The Orfalea College of Business collaborated with the Dairy Science Department to hold the first Milk Your Creativity competition. Some students went to the Dairy Innovation Center to get advice from professors.
Heard different ideas about, trying to turn milk proteins, because they can be made into lots of non-food uses like plastics, trying to take it and turn it into like a cell phone cover. Lots of really novel uses of milk proteins.
Other ideas students submitted included liquid bandages using milk bonds and milk sunglasses.
The first winner will receive $3,000 and the 2 runners-up will get $1,000 each. Those winners will be announced after spring break.
Can you believe that they're making cell phone cases out of milk?
No, I can't, but that's all we're going to have time for today. Thanks for watching Cptv. This is our last show of the quarter. We will see you next quarter.
Have a great spring break.